Hello everyone, this is Breanna Rutter from howtoblackhair.com. And in this video, I will be talking about how to manage dry, nappy, unmanageable black hair. So there are a lot of African American women, including myself, who at one point or another had issues with managing our hair. And there's plenty of reasons why your hair may be unmanageable, simply from the products that you use or even the way that you manipulate your hair. There are also a lot of unconscious things that you may be doing to your hair, which leads to why it is unmanageable. So in this video, I will be addressing 6 reasons of why your hair is unmanageable and what you can do to have better hair. So the number one reason why your hair may be extremely unmanageable is because it is not pH balanced. Hair desires to have a pH balance between 4.5 and 5.5. This ensures that the scales on the outside of your hair strands lay completely flat, which leads to a more smoother and manageable hair for your styles. So making sure that your hair is between this range will help keep your hair in its best condition. If your hair is too acidic or alkaline, it will simply be extremely frizzy and hard to manage and style and just wear. So in order to figure out what's the pH balance of your products so that they're best for your hair, you can use pH strips to test your various products to do so. Oil does not have a pH balance, but other types of chemicals and materials do. So you just want to test everything that you use for your hair to make sure that it balances with your pH balance. Also, in the description box, I have a link to my website where I actually help you and go into detail as to what you need to do to correctly assess the pH balance for your products. So you can check that out on the website to help you with figuring out what's the pH balance of your products for your hair. The second reason why your hair may be unmanageable is because you have hard water. Simply put, you have mineral buildup in your water. And there's naturally occurring minerals that come through our water, such as sulfur, calcium, and even some metals. These minerals in the water, when they are washed on your hair, they simply sit on top of your hair strands. Over time, it makes it very hard for different types of products to penetrate your hair, especially moisturizing products. So sometimes you may put a lot of moisture or water and try to seal it in with water and oil, and it simply doesn't work. This is because you probably have mineral buildup on your hair. So of course, in the description box, if you go to my website, I give lots of products that will be helpful for releasing these minerals off of your hair. The third reason why your hair may be unmanageable is because you use too much sulfate shampoo. Now, some people really do like to use sulfate shampoo for an extremely squeaky clean, but it's not necessary to have these sulfates in our shampoo for African American hair. And when you use too much of your sulfate shampoos, this leaves your hair extremely dry and unmanageable. So make sure you go through your products to figure out what it is in your shampoo that's causing these issues. And the main reason is because your shampoo contains sulfates. My favorite shampoo that I like to use that's a natural shampoo is by Dr. Bronner's, and I like to use the Dr. Bronner's cast iron soap. Also on my website, where I mention different things about unmanageable hair, you can see the various other shampoos that I like to use as well. So the fourth reason why your hair probably is just nappy and unmanageable no matter what you do is because you don't have enough moisture in your hair or you don't have enough protein in your hair. So in order to figure out where is the imbalance in your hair for moisture and protein, first let's focus on moisture. So if your hair has a lack of moisture, it often feels extremely dry, hard, and brittle. And even during manipulation, your hair just snaps off way too easily than what it's supposed to. This is because you have a lack of moisture in your hair. So what you want to do to restore moisture is simply keep putting water into your hair until your hair becomes more balanced and elastic. So do some co-washes more frequently or spray your hair with water and seal it in with oil to give your hair more elasticity and moisture. Now, if you don't have enough protein in your hair will feel different as well. Sometimes it feels kind of gummy or sticky or limp and lifeless. And also when you manipulate your hair, sometimes it seems to stretch way more than normal and snap. So you just want to get a feel for how your hair feels its best. If you notice during manipulation it just doesn't feel as strong, you probably need more protein in your hair to make your hair more manageable. So the fifth reason why your hair may be unmanageable is because you're in constant contact with moisture absorbent materials. So throughout the day, just imagine what your hair touches from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. You have to think about your hair in all situations. So when you like to wear your hair down, does your hair constantly brush against the shoulders of your jacket? Or when you go to bed, do you sleep on cotton pillows? These are things that you want to avoid. You want to make sure that there's a barrier of protection from your hair and the elements that may dry your hair out and make it extremely coarse and unmanageable. The best suggestion that I can give is to use silk pillowcases for your pillows when you go to bed, or simply tie a silk scarf to your head, and also make sure to keep your hair off of your shoulders every once in a while so that your hair doesn't become dry and extremely frizzy. So my last reason as to why your hair may be unmanageable, because it's time for a trim. So just think about how often you trim your hair and how often you think you need to. The more manipulation you do on your hair, the more prone your hair is for breakage. So you simply want to check the ends and run your fingers through on wet, clean hair to see if there's a consistent feel from root to end. If so happens you go down your hair, you notice the ends are extremely hard and brittle and just really stiff, your ends are probably damaged and you want to cut them. I like to trim my ends about every 6 months, give or take. This helps me to make sure that my hair stays very healthy and that it doesn't have as much damage preventing hair growth. So this is a main reason why a lot of African American women have problems with unmanageable hair, simply because they're trying to hold on to damaged ends. So cut your hair as needed to assure that your hair will remain healthy and that you can promote more hair growth. So those are 6 of my reasons why your hair may be unmanageable. And these reasons simply can apply to different types of situations, because there's a couple of ground things you always want to incorporate into your hair regimen, such as making sure your hair is pH balanced, your ends are trimmed, you're protecting your hair against cotton and wool, and there's different things like that as well you want to always incorporate with your hair. I hope this video was extremely helpful for you, and also be sure to check out howtoblackhair.com for more articles and videos on these subjects.